Most of you watching this are lucky enough to have never been pregnant, myself included. Birth is bloody hard. Well, it looks that way. And if you have to spawn the next generation, you should be able to do it however the goddamn get this thing out of me, holy crap you want. Especially in the land of the free and the home of the brave mums who have to push a living human out of their lady bits. But actually in the United States, that's not how it goes. Some 23 states in America make it basically illegal to have a home birth with a midwife, even if you want one. You see, in those 23 states, there's no recognition for certified professional midwives or CPMs. That's the person that would normally oversee an out-of-hospital birth. So in those states, if you choose to have a baby at home and you choose to hire a midwife to make sure that nothing goes wrong, that midwife is technically operating illegally and can be arrested and charged as a criminal. So it's technically legal to have a baby at home with no medical help whatsoever, but if you have the baby at home with the help of a midwife, that's illegal. So why the difference? How come half of the US is cool with midwives and the other half is not so cool? Well, predictably, it all comes down to racism. Before the 1900s, midwives were the main source of medical care for pregnant women. Doctors really didn't give a shit. In the South, during the times of slavery in the United States, nearly every large Southern plantation had what was called a granny midwife, an older black lady who was knowledgeable on pregnancy and birth, but usually in the health and spirituality of her patients as well. But as obstetrics and gynecology became professional white male occupations around the 1930s, those white male doctors lobbied to have the black granny midwives outlawed. And so now it's no surprise that most of the states that don't support home births are in the South. Many states don't even let obstetricians who have a medical doctor license practice in the home. They can help you give birth, but only if you do it in a hospital. Now, some people do have very valid objections to certified professional midwives, saying they don't have as much training as, say, an obstetrician. And that's true. An obstetrician is trained as a medical doctor. They know all about all the different parts of the body. Now, a midwife doesn't need to know that. They're only supposed to be certified to do one thing: help a woman give birth to a baby. So a lot of states, rather than doing the hard work of figuring out where the criteria should be for giving these people accreditation, they just outright ban them, which means mothers don't have a choice, even if they wanted to use one. Now, a lot of people argue that birth is inherently dangerous and must be always carefully supervised by a trained, specialized doctor. But meanwhile, just over the border, Canada is totes cool with midwife-assisted home birth. A 3-year study of almost 23,000 low-risk pregnancies found that there was no statistical difference between the safety of babies delivered at home with a midwife and babies delivered in a hospital. However, low-risk women delivering in a hospital were way more likely to receive serious interventions, such as a cesarean or an episiotomy, a surgical cut made at the opening of the vagina. In Holland, there's a similar story. All Dutch women have their pregnancies assessed, and low-risk women get to choose if they want to have their baby at home or in a hospital. And in the rare event that complications do happen at home, the midwife just sends the mother to a hospital obstetrician by ambulance. Now, a massive study in Holland of over 500,000 low-risk births showed Dutch home births were just as safe as those in a hospital. Now, this whole issue may seem like no big deal. Why not just have your baby in a hospital? Only hippie organic mums would ever choose to pop a baby out at home. But let's look at actual experience. A pregnant woman in Springfield, Missouri, with insurance that includes midwife care, is still 100 miles away from any hospital-based midwife on their insurance plan. And if they go to a hospital, there's no way of knowing how much the birth could cost. Seriously, hospitals refuse to tell you the cost of an average uncomplicated birth. Check out this Vox video to see how frustrating that can be for parents. And it's not like the pricing is affordable or even consistent. A 2015 study showed that the cost of a standard uncomplicated birth can vary from less than $2,000 all the way to almost $12,000. And there's no way of knowing which end of the spectrum you're going to end up on until that bill arrives. The reality is, in many places in the United States, and particularly where family planning measures are hard to find, many women are having babies that they just can't afford, let alone the cost of having that baby in a hospital. So for these women, a home birth is affordable, the pricing is consistent, it's preferable, and it's just as safe. So why can't women choose to give birth at home? But what do you guys think? Do you think mums, particularly mums with a low risk pregnancy, should be allowed to give birth at home with a professional midwife? Have you seen anyone or know of anyone that's had a birth at home? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Hi everyone, I'm Jade Lovell, resident science nerd on the Young Turks Network. You're watching SciQ and we know you don't want to miss an episode, so please click the subscribe button down below.